When did you first start at McMullens?
I started in April 1957, straight from school, at the age of 15. And I was in the wine and spirit department then, and then graduated because they sort of got a grounding of being in a department there, and went to the order office, the free trade department, accounts department. So I had a very good grounding and a basic grounding of everything that McMullens did.
What was the best part of the job? Which was the best bit?
They were all best bits in their own individual element, really. It was sort of getting to know everybody, and it was like a family in those days. It was everybody seemed to be worked from Hertford or were born in Hertford or Hertford area, and it was virtually sort of, they used to sort of take people on the ground floor and then work them up to whatever. I mean, there was managing directors there that started from school, and virtually near enough did 50 years sort of service, most of them. Pretty good.
Can you tell me about the managing director or chairman of the McMullens Brewery at that time when you first started?
I think the chairman was Peter McMullen. He was an ex-army man, a very nice man. The person I actually worked for, and he'd only just started then, was John McMullen.
Can you tell me more about him? What was he like?
He was quite a character to work for, and the recollection of him was that he used to have quite a few things go missing, and he always blamed somebody else other than himself. And when he was out of his office, we used to go and ransack his desk, and there, whatever he was asking for was in his desk. There was always, it got comical in the end, it really did, quite funny.
In the wine and spirits department, what kind of work were you doing in that, and what were the challenges in that role?
It was all done virtually by hand. Everything was done by hand in those days. It was, I think for type workers was just about in, but virtually every invoice and every order was actually done by hand and had to be recalculated and things. So the challenge was to get through a day's work within a day. That was a big challenge, and it was once obviously sort of different things came into place. There was machines that would virtually stamp an address on an invoice where it didn't have to be written, and this sort of thing. It got a little bit easier. I can remember it was sitting in a corner just writing out different orders, and those things come to my mind, which I don't think would be allowed to happen today, but the guys who are actually in the wine and spirits cellar used to come in and take the orders from us. And 9 times out of 10, there was one old boy there, great guy who you could give a lot of respect to. But every time he'd come in, I'd be sitting there, and you'd get a whack across the back of your head as you walked by. You could never ever do that now. So different times of things like that, you know, you could probably have him up for assault now. But it was playful stuff, if you know what I mean. But guys, did you respect these guys? I think this is a heart thing that in this day and age doesn't happen now, unfortunately.
Did you do any kind of work with these guys, like a work experience kind of thing?
Well, I think I was lucky actually from school. I don't know if they did work experience, but it was just that I happened to be in school one particular day where the actual boy who was going to be offered it was off sick. So that was either McMullens Best School, I'm not sure. No, it wasn't McMullens Best, but it might have been, I don't know. But they used to take people on. I don't know whether it was actually work experience, but they used to take people on from school. And
they would get a job possibly at the end of it?
Yeah, I can remember my dad taking me down and introduced me to a guy there called Monty Gladwin, who was the actual manager of the wine and spirit department at the time. And and you used to get integrated into that little family because I mean, I'm an Arsenal supporter, but this guy was a Chelsea supporter, and another one was a Tottenham supporter. How the heck I kept to Arsenal, I don't know. But I used to go and see. They used to take me to see the football with them, which was great. Yeah.
So So you would have gone from one little subgroup family
Yes.
in the company
Yeah.
to another job.
I went on to be a promotions manager, which was the last 10 years of my life there with McMullens. And I think that happened because it was a new chairman came in, and obviously there was a reorganisation of everything. And he sort of suggested that the company have a promotions manager, which was actually the first promotions manager of the company's had. So I had a blank canvas to work from, but it was dealing with all the other companies like Foster's, Stella, and all those sort of companies that obviously put money into the company. For us, and we used to sort of create a music night around the pubs that advertised all the beers as well. And on from that, I was sitting down with them one day, and they sort of said, "Well, why don't you do sort of a talent thing with it, you know?" And we actually started a thing called AK Star Search, which obviously promoted our AK and sort of, and we used to do that. We used to do regional heats around 10 pubs, and then the semi-finals, and then a final at the Red Lion Hatfield, and we did that for 5 years, and got a full house in the finals and whatever. And I can remember after the 5 years, we sort of talking and said, "Look, we can push this a bit more if we want to," and because we weren't even charging anybody to come in to look to see the final. And I can remember the guy at the Red Lion saying, "Oh no, it won't happen," because he wanted to keep the business obviously himself. But I took the sort of thing in the hand to put it into the Castle Hall in Hertford. We had some fantastic nights.
So what was the response from the companies themselves and the directors of McMullens?
I'm sure Fergus, I think, enjoyed it. I sort of got him to present the prizes on one of the occasions, which he thoroughly enjoyed. I can remember now we did a thing with Foster's where at the end of it, I think it was done on a sort of a knockout type basis, but at the end of it we sent 2 people to Australia from sort of winning a Foster's competition.
But that was your last role as the promotions.
It was, yeah.
So, and did you enjoy it?
I thoroughly enjoyed the last step. Well, I've enjoyed my whole career in McMullens, because the McMullens have been very good to me over the years, and as I say, it was a brilliant family concern. I can remember even Colonel Peter, the first chairman that we had. After the 10 years, when I said I was going to leave, he sat me in his chair and said, "Look, boy," he said, "if you want to come back again," he says, "your job's open for you." And that's how it used to be. I think virtually I would have been one of the last ones probably to have done a 50 years service if I'd have stayed there. Now I don't think you get that. You might get 20, 30 year thing, but I don't think we would get anything near 50, because I can remember the guy who actually turned me into a promotion manager virtually said, "Anybody being with a company for more than 20 years has no ambition." But there again, you can sort of turn that round and say that virtually there's some loyalty. The people who have been there a long time have got loyalty to that.
Terry, you go to the annual pensioners' dinner.
Yes.
At McMullens.
Mm-hmm. Fergus comes to majority of them, and David comes there, and they're always sort of walking around the table chatting to everybody, which is nice. Yeah, well, they don't have to do that, but and also in normally in roughly about September time, we get an outing from them, which is a yearly outing.
So what's your last outing?
Well, this one coming up, I think, in September, we've got, I think they're taking us down the Thames or something with a jazz band or something, from gathered looking at the notes, which sounds good. Yeah.
So they arrange everything?
They arrange everything, yeah. So it's 2 things really when you think of, it's a nice compliment, if you like, to previous the previous employment, isn't it?